Well, the Falcons, their defense got three new additions made in the NFL draft. But they're actually smart moves if you look at it the right way.
Let's talk football.
Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Round Sports Podcast for sports, everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we're talking about the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons have been busy this offseason drafting three defensive superstars in the making, as they drafted Jalon Walker from Athens, Georgia, that played with the Georgia Bulldogs. They also traded back up into the first round and got Pearce Jr., of course, making that trade with the Los Angeles Rams, and then got Xavier Watts in the second round to add on top of some of the moves they made earlier in the offseason, including adding Leonard Floyd to that defense. And on top of it, you also got Jesse Bates still there. But you see what I'm going to talk about this video. Well, I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Before we get started, though, if you guys do enjoy this video, please show me a favor. Smash like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. For now, let's talk about the Falcons. So, the Falcons. I do like what they did in the NFL draft. I do. I know lots of people are questioning it, but it's smart if you think about it the right way. They just lost Grady Jarrett to the Bears. They released him and got Leonard Floyd, who was the second leading sacker on the 49ers last season. You bring in Jalon Walker, who is a defensive playmaker. This man, I've watched him. He is absolutely amazing. Jalon Walker is a beast, and he is going to help out that defense dramatically. Also, on top of it, you got Pearce Jr. in the first round too, and you traded with the Rams to get him. I mean, Pearce Jr., I've talked about this man a few times. He is a big freak of nature. This man, he is amazing. I love what I've seen from him in Tennessee. He is one of the best, if not the best, edge rusher in the draft. He is one of the really freaking good. And if I was the Niners, I would have taken James Pearce Jr. instead of Michael Williams. That's what I would do. But then you got Xavier Watts to replace Justin Simmons. That is a good move. I watched Notre Dame a lot last year. I watched them a lot. And I saw what this man, number 0, could do. I saw what he could do. And this man is probably the most slept on safety in the league. This guy is amazing. I've watched him for a long time. I've watched him since 3 years ago when my buddy, when my pal, 5-star recruit Tobias Merriweather was there before he transferred out in his third season. When I look at Xavier Watts, he is a great safety. He is going to help add to Jesse Bates. And this defense could be what makes or breaks the season for the Falcons, because we know the question mark around the offense. We know the question marks there. We don't know if it's going to be Kirk Cousins or if it's going to be Michael Penix. We don't know. The defense, I believe the defense got a whole lot better this offseason. They added 3 big-time weapons on the defensive side in the draft. They already got a good one in Leonard Floyd. He's a reliable defensive rusher. He's reliable. He is a really good rusher, and I believe he's one of the most underestimated rushers in the league. But when I look at the Falcons, they have a chance to go neck and neck with the Bucs again. They do. Because when we look at the games, they swept them last year and still lost the division.
Buckle up, guys. This is going to take a while. All right, never mind.
And when I look at the Falcons, they primarily needed a rusher. They needed edge rushers. They needed defense. They got that. 4 of them. Leonard Floyd, Jalon Walker, Pearce Jr., and Xavier Watts. That is what you got. And you got a lot of work to do if you are going to catch up with Tampa Bay. Because Tampa Bay is, I already talked about them. And I mean, I'm scared to face those Bucs. I am. I talked about that earlier on. I'll put that link in the description if y'all want to check it out. But when I look at the Falcons, they were smart in the draft. They went defense and when they needed it the most. They lost Grady Jarrett. They knew they had to replace him. They had to get some defensive guys that are extremely talented that can help you guys for the future and possibly help you contend for a playoff spot. You had a lot of expectations on you last season with Kirk Cousins coming in his first year. He was good throughout the first few weeks, but then kind of started to slide off in the second half of the season. This defense, I believe, has a chance to be one of the most scary defenses under the Atlanta Falcons because they, I believe, have a chance to contend for the division. Now, I said that last year, and they almost won it. Well, I'm being real now. I do believe they'll still come in second, but they are going to give the Bucks a run for their money with that defense. This defense, Jesse Bates is a physical guy. He is a really good guy. And I'm honestly liking what I'm seeing from Falcons. I think if they do wind up facing Seattle, it won't be as a blowout as it was the last time. I do believe it'll be much closer because the defense was what let them down last year and part way of the offense too. But Falcons, they got a good defense now. We'll see what they can do, and maybe they can make the playoffs at last this year. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think the Falcons defense could be what makes or breaks the season for the Atlanta Falcons? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do a favor. Smash like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, I will see you all in the next one. Ciao for now.